Brothers and sisters. Today, before we set out together, let me tell you about a man I once knew. He carried a heavy backpack, and inside were stones, dozens of them. Each stone was a hurt, a grudge, an offense he had collected over the years. One day a friend asked, "Why do you carry all these stones?" The man replied, "To protect myself, so I never forget the wrongs done to me." The friend looked at him and asked, "Who is heavier, you, or the stones?" And in that moment, the man realized, it wasn't his enemies weighing him down. It was his own refusal to let go. Brothers and sisters, many of us walk through life carrying such stones. And today, I invite you on a journey, not to faraway places only, but to a lighter way of living. The sound of footsteps on dusty paths. We begin in the hills of Galilee, where Peter asks Jesus, "Lord, how many times shall I forgive? Up to 7 times?" Jesus smiles, not 7 times, but 70 times 7. Forgiveness without end, an invitation to put the stones down. The sound of temple bells and a train whistle fading. In India, under the shade of a banyan tree, the sage Vishvamitra turns enemies into friends. A soft splash of water, the creak of a paper door. In Japan, young Sadako Sasaki folds paper cranes, each one a prayer for peace. Forgiving even in the shadow of war. The wind sweeping over a border fence. In South Korea, families embrace across decades of division. Tears soaking shoulders, hearts made whole again. The hush of a royal court. In China, a ruler chooses mercy over revenge, restoring harmony like spring rain. The clang of church bells and the rustle of palm leaves. In the Philippines, faith and family stitch wounds together under tropical skies. The patter of monsoon rain. In Bangladesh, grace flows through hardship like water through the fields. The beat of distant drums. In Kenya, elders teach that peace grows when we choose acceptance over vengeance. A chorus of voices rising. In South Africa, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission sings a wounded nation into hope. The deep silence of a hillside. In Rwanda, survivors look into the eyes of those who harmed them and speak words of forgiveness. Fragile, holy words. The crackle of a cooking fire. In Nigeria, neighbors once divided share a meal again, the aroma of stew drifting between homes. The echo of footsteps on cobblestones. In France, Christian de Church forgives his future killers. The ringing of church bells over green hills. In Ireland, ancient divisions soften under the call to mercy. The murmur of a marketplace. In Germany, reconciliation builds bridges across generations. The flicker of candlelight. In Poland, wartime mercy still warms the hearts of communities. The swell of gospel music. In the United States, forgiveness bridges centuries of injustice. The humid air thick with prayer. In Brazil, communities release grudges and pray for peace. The rich aroma of coffee. In Colombia, former enemies break bread together. The crunch of snow under boots. In Canada, Indigenous elders and settlers meet in circles of truth and reconciliation. The sound of ocean waves. In New Zealand, cultures meet in respect, haka and hymn side by side. The hum of cicadas in the red outback. In Australia, hands of different colors join under a blazing sunset. And so we return, full circle, to the hills of Galilee. The sound of footsteps on dusty paths again. Jesus' words still ring, 70 times 7. Forgiveness does not erase the past. It changes how we carry it. Like the man with the backpack, we can choose to set one stone down today. Feel its weight leave your shoulders. Listen to the sound as it hits the ground, the sound of freedom. This week, I invite you, choose one hurt to release, one person to forgive. And watch how God fills that empty space with peace. Amen.
I would like to travel over the whole earth to preach your name and to plant your glorious cross on infidel soil. But one mission alone would not be enough for me. I would want to preach the gospel in all 5 continents simultaneously, even to the most remote islands.